to another episode of me talking to me. You get to look into conversations that I have on the regular, internally, with other people, with my friends and my sisters. So welcome back. Today is going to be fun and funny. I want you to approach this subject with humor, okay? I'm sharing my thoughts on this subject with humor, okay? This is not a space to be all super serious and to take on, what I'm saying as the gospel. I am not a therapist. I'm not a preacher. I am a young lady who is just sharing her things, the things that are going on in my life. And you can feel free to give your opinion or not, or just listen in to what's going on in this girl's life. So here's the deal. COVID dating is fun. It's interesting. I have no negative statements about it. It's life. You have some highs and some lows. So, but what I've been learning from dating during a pandemic is men are sharing a lot about their previous relationships and mishaps and things like that. And I don't mind it, okay? I'm open to it. I'll listen. But for me, in my humble opinion, it becomes emotional labor for me when every time we get together to hang out, be it for dinner or at each other's house or we're taking a walk in the park, I have to hear about his ex. I have to hear about the previous relationship that didn't work out and what she did and what happened and all the things. And it's just like, imagine being at a new job and you just got hired and you keep talking to your boss or your colleagues about your previous job. It's like, you're not there anymore. At least if you're gonna share about your ex, at least give me the lessons learned, or share in a way where it's like, I've learned in life that I should be like this, or I should approach situations like this. At some point, that should be the format to the discussion in regard to your ex. Like, I don't want to keep hearing about the woman. I don't want to keep hearing about how she was petty. I don't want to keep hearing about how she was a poor communicator. What are we talking about? Am I a therapist? Again, that's why I said earlier, it begins to feel like emotional labor because I'm very maternal. And if you're sharing something with me as a guy that I'm interested in dating, I'm going to give you my full attention. I'm going to make sure you feel emotionally supported. I'm going to make you feel like you are heard. So I'm taking all this in. But how much am I going to have to listen to things about you and your ex? Don't get me wrong. I want to be there to support and show you that I can be a shoulder to lean on and all of that. But again, can we reframe how we talk about our exes and reframe in the way that we share the information on a previous situation? That's all I'm saying, because I wouldn't do that to somebody. Imagine if I were always bringing up, this guy made me do X, Y, and Z for 5 years and I'm just tired. Or if I begin to generalize men. That's one thing I practice not doing, is generalizing, where I'm like, men, they just be doing this, or men, they just, And it's like, who wants to hear that? I mean, I know the guy is sitting, if I did that to a man, he'd probably be sitting across from me like, am I not a part of the male species? Like, are you including me in that? If he's thinking along those lines. I mean, yeah, so I wouldn't do that. I would reframe the conversation and go, this is what I learned. This is who I am today. I want to hear about who he is today. I want to hear more of that. I want to hear about, the things that are interesting to him, his passions, things that he's working on, things that he's done that just changed his life. Like, those types of conversations is what I would like to hear about during a pandemic. Do you really think? And so I'm so sorry. I am so sorry for being so passionate about this, but I am, because this is really irking me. We are in the middle of so much crises, like crises on every turn on a macro level, globally, from America's standpoint, we're in crises. So do you really think every time I come around you, I want to hear about your previous crises that you're not even experiencing anymore? And it seems, this is the thing that gets me. When these men are talking, it seems like they're still there. Like they're holding that pain or that discomfort or that breakup really bothered them. So I would take a gander to say, now that I'm really thinking about it and talking about this out loud, it makes me wonder if these men that do that, if they're still hung up on the pain of that, if they're still processing it. Okay, I'm answering my own question. Yes, they're still processing a previous relationship if they keep bringing it up to me. So now I'm in the position like, again, do I really want to do this much emotional labor? And I'm wondering, am I being a bitch if I say, sir, at some point, if I say to him, sir, go and get you some therapy, or are you seeing a therapist? I think that's what I need to interject in that, because he's still processing and unpacking all of that. And it's like, that's beyond my scope of practice. I'm not a therapist. I'm a listener. I'm a supporter. I can give you some objective and unbiased feedback on things if you request it, if you ask for it. I try really hard not to volunteer my opinion on somebody's life and their previous relationships. But let me tell you, I'm almost to that point where I want to say, sir, go and see a therapist. It's really, it's yeah, it's like that. It's like, I'm at that point. Or, I don't know. I'm wondering if this is just something I have to accept. I just got to accept it for what it is. Like, these guys need somebody to talk to. And I personally, right now where I am, I don't want to hear it. Every time. On occasion, like if you want to give, some context in terms of why you're single right now, I get it. Okay. But I don't want to hear that every time, because I just don't. And if you're still processing that, if you're still learning, and some men that I come in contact with, they refuse to go and sit down and talk to somebody and just hash that stuff out. Get it in order. You're still dealing with it. Like, it's okay. I'm trying to get to know you, and because I'm trying to see if you're somebody I want to take long term, it's not helping if you keep bringing up your ex. Because if you're doing that now, along down the road, a year from now, basically what I'm saying is, at what point are you going to go and process and heal from that? Now y'all starting to see why women be like, when they come out of a divorce or a long-term relationship or any situation that broke their heart or gives them any type of discomfort, has caused discomfort, that's why they be like, I'm gonna be single for a while. I'm gonna get myself, I'm gonna find myself, I'm gonna, recover. Because it takes time to recover. It does. You can't get around it. And, there's some people who can just forge on and find new relationships and they flourish, and power to you. Those people, you need to find their YouTube channels and send me their links, because that's a gift. For me, I need time. I need to get with my therapist. I need to get with my support team, and we need to unpack that situation and then heal from it. So, but that's me. Everybody processes things differently. I just know for me in my house, we're going to see a therapist after a breakup. I want to get to know the man and and that seems to dominate conversations for the 30-somethings. Like the men that are in their mid-30s, especially if they've been married once and they're now divorced, it's heavy. They carrying some heavy stuff. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think I need to stop talking to these two brothers I'm thinking about specifically, because as I'm I'll process it as I'm talking through this video, honey. I'm wondering if I need to give them some time. They need to go on. Or is this somebody that I even want to continue to entertain if he's this hurt? Maybe another time, that's something I have to consider. So, but these are choices that we're making during a pandemic. I know y'all sick of hearing that word. I know I am, but it is what it is. That's what it is. But yeah, fun times, and just continue to learn. I'm learning. Continue to learn and embrace every experience just as it is. It is a learning experience. I'm not going crazy and owning it and saying, well, not owning it, but making a whole cultural proclamation that men during COVID need to heal. That's not what I want you to take from this video. What I want you to take from this is, it's a few things I want you to take from it. One, pay attention to what people are saying when they're talking to you, because you might find they need somebody to talk to. Two, ask questions. Ask this man, are you ready to be in a relationship? Have you processed your previous situation? It's fair to ask that. I think it is. And three, evaluate how you're feeling while you're listening to him unpack and pour his heart out to you, his feelings about his previous situation. How am I feeling? I'm checking in. Although I'm listening and I'm giving him space to talk about his situations, I'm also checking into myself and going, do I want to deal with this? Am I equipped to deal with this? And ask more questions. Oh, going back to my second one, ask him more questions too. Like, have you healed from that? I think those are fair questions to ask. So that's all I gotta say for today. I feel good. I feel great. When I wear yellow, I feel really good. Yellow is just this golden kind of situation here. It just makes me feel really happy. And yeah, so thanks for listening. Tune in next week for more Brittany Tales. Tales from the Brit. That was good. Okay. Bye, guys. Peace and love.